All right, yeah, we'll see how we get
So,
on.
We can go a bit longer, but yeah, I can't sit here for 2.5 hours. But yeah, I literally just set foot in the door 2 minutes ago. Came back from cricket. Hey, Timmer. You alright? Pleasure to see you here, buddy. Happy Sunday. Deck's just typing away. I need to get this new screen sorted where we're doing a warm-up screen, but I've yet to get around to doing that.
We're live. Come on.
Just stop that.
Give me a vehicle.
A HGV.
Come hop on the hype HGV.
Was at work last time. No worries, man. You can't make every single episode. Although I will dock your pay for that one, but
yeah. Why not, dude?
Yeah.
Why not? Okay. So there's only a little bit of news, but yeah, mostly we're just going to be talking about predictions and all that good stuff. You know, the time is almost nigh.
It is nigh.
We'll be coming up to it this time next week.
This is Xbox's last chance, so
yes, it is true. It is true. If I don't leave that show like with an erection, like a full tummy,
I mean, we are watching it together.
Big smile.
So you might have all of those things.
I might have them anyway. That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
But if the show doesn't, like, if I watch it back and the show doesn't induce those feelings, I will be taking a sledgehammer to my Xbox. You know.
And then I will follow up and take a sledgehammer to your nuts.
just to make sure there's nothing extra going on. Yeah, fair enough.
Exactly. God, imagine someone sledgehammering your nuts. Oh,
no, thank you.
God,
I would not like to imagine
awful.
that.
Would they burst or do they just squit? You know what?
I don't know.
I wouldn't know. I guess they would. I don't know. Anyway,
I'd be worried if you did know.
Would we be demonetized for talking about sledgehammering testicles in the first thing?
I've popped a couple of testes in my lifetime. It's no biggie. Right, let me just get the studio room up so I can see chat. And then we're good to go.
Oh yeah, Timmer, I apologize for not wishing you happy birthday the other week. I saw it come up on my phone, and I just had like a really busy weekend like planned. I was like on trains like all day and shit. Sorry for not tweeting you back, bro. I hope you had a good birthday.
It's really been playing on your mind, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, he wasn't here last week, so I didn't get to actually say it to him. So
he was talking about it last week as well, Timmer. He was like during the stream.
Yeah, because that was like I was not sobbing my eyes out.
Yeah, it was
you can watch back.
It was really sad. Nah, it was just before we started.
Oh yeah, that old fucking chestnut.
Okay, got the chat, got the shit. Social post is up. Tim has retweeted like fucking clockwork. Love it. Okay, Tim.
Yeah.
Let's hit the jingle. Is that loud?
Yeah, relatively. Also, that's so like 2000s, dude. No one does that anymore. Fucking boomer.
Why not? It's good, man. I mean, I don't think I've done that in like 6 years. I mean, for audio listeners, I'm doing that thing, you know, where you put your thumb to your middle finger and you like whip your wrist so that your index finger slaps against your middle finger.
Yeah. It's a great way to get carpal tunnel nice and early.
Yes.
For any listeners.
Yeah. If you want repetitive strain, this is the podcast for you.
Exactly.
All right. Are we jingling, are we?
We are jingling. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the 101st episode of the Quick Resume podcast. It's here. It's time. It's the most exciting time of the year. My fingertips are tingling. My toesies are tingling. There are other parts doing things that I can't speak about just yet.
Wow.
So, you know what that means? That means it must be the
Stroke.
showcase next week. Stroke. Parkinson's. Let's go.
I shouldn't laugh about anything. But, yeah.
Yeah. It's exciting. It's exciting. Everyone, loads of other podcasts have done their predictions episode. Now it's our turn, and obviously ours is going to be the best, the most accurate.
It's gonna pop off.
Yeah, Tim does have weird foresight sometimes, I will say. So we'll have to see how that goes.
I don't think I have anything spicy, to be honest, when I kind of was putting my list together. Even for like my long shots or like wild cards. I don't think I had anything too spicy. So
I've got a couple of spicy long shots.
actually, I have like one that I think could be there. There's like a little cameo, but we'll get onto it.
Interesting. Spicy long shots. That would be like a band name, couldn't it?
Spicy long shots. That's pretty good. I do like that.
Podcast now.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get through this intro then. I'm still playing Tears of the Kingdom. I don't have much to say. I hope Joaquin doesn't shout at me. You got all fucking shirty with me on Twitter. Did you see this?
I did see it, yeah, and rightfully so. So you're a little Switch bitch right now.
I'm not a Switch bitch. I very rarely play my Switch.
Switch bitch.
It's a good game, man. It's okay. Tim, anything to report?
I completed Midnight Suns. Finally.
Hell yeah.
I'm on a completion roll, dude. I'm completing so many games this year.
It warms my heart. I'm so proud of you.
I think I've done like 7 games this year so far. I'm doing more than a game a month. I'm popping off.
You're finally a gamer.
Yeah. Well, all right, dude. It's not about completing games to be a
gamer.
God.
Yeah, it is.
So fucking.
I am the gatekeeper. I'm the troll under the bridge. You've got to complete games, and they've got to be adult games with big people and big words. And
shut up.
About dads, and it's got to be magic.
But yeah, so yeah, I completed Midnight Suns, and yeah, I think final verdict, I'd probably give it around an 8, I think, overall. So I rate it pretty highly. I think it's probably like Firaxis's like best work, in my opinion. Like, I think the XCOM games are obviously really solid, but to see it in like a Marvel skin, and obviously that I liked like the card mechanic rather than just like XCOM percentage bullshit, which sometimes really got on my nerves when my soldier missed a 96% shot. And yeah, so I think overall it was just a bit better. You felt a little bit more in control, where XCOM you really feel like sometimes the computer's just against you. And the Marvel stuff was great, the dialogue was all great, characters were great. I think it had a little bit of jankiness. I think in my playthrough I probably crashed like 5 times, maybe total.
Not too bad.
It's not awful, but a couple times.
Is it a mission restart?
No, it's not. So I will say their autosave feature for the most part is actually pretty good. There are a few times where it kind of cucks me, but most of the time it just set me back like 1 turn or something like that, and I kind of just did the same thing again.
Okay, great.
But and yeah, performance was okay, a bit choppy, frame rates here and there. The last mission was really, really choppy because there was like a lot going on, and I think the enemies kind of just piled up, and the game just started to just progressively get like more laggy. But it was a really cool fight. It was a really cool like cutscene and fight and mechanic, but it was just a bit choppy. I don't know if that would have been different. I was playing it on my Series X or not. I played the game on my Series S like the entire time on like the living room TV. But yeah, very good game. I'd love to see a sequel. I don't know if we will though, because it didn't sell great. It did leave it on a cliffhanger, I will say that. So I would like to see a sequel, but I recently just saw that Firaxis are even taking some hits on the old staff department. So I don't know. It's tough to say. The game definitely deserved more sales than it did. Critically, it did very well. I think it evened out around an 80 or 82 or something like that. So
Yeah.
it just didn't sell very well, and you do get that of RTS. They're not going to sell like hotcakes, to be honest. It just comes with the genre. But yeah, that's about it, to be honest. I don't think I've been playing anything else. I'm just trying to think. We played a bit of Halo Infinite, didn't we? That was
We
okay.
did. Got battered for 5 games.
Yeah, we won
Came
like
off.
two out of 7, I think. No, sorry,
Oh,
we won. Yeah, 2
We
out of
slapped
7.
our first 2, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
And then we won one with Jake as well. But yeah, we definitely lost more than we won. But yeah, it was a good time. The game is always pretty good. Runs great. I don't know if I'm just a little bit past it for Halo at this point. But I'm just not sure if Halo will ever take Overwatch for me. I know I'm in a bit of an Overwatch slump at the moment, or Apex even, just like this overall gun feel, play, stuff like that, and just I don't know, feel like I've just more committed to those games. But yeah, it's still always a good time for sure.
I was going to say about Midnight Suns. It was a bit of a miracle of a game, really, wasn't it? Because like it's not common that like someone like a licensee like Disney would take a gamble on a strategy game, to give
No.
Firaxis. Like it's just I just don't know like how often does that happen. I can't think of an example. Because they know the strategy games don't sell all that well, even with Firaxis pedigree, and their XCOM games having pretty long legs. It's it's a bit of a miracle that game sort of came together. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad it did though. At the end of the day, they still made a great game. And it did the MCU justice as well. Like the characters were very like comic book accurate and stuff like that, and the voice acting was really good and stuff like that. So they did a good job in terms of the actual MCU thing, as well as sort of blending it with the Firaxis formula. So yeah, no, yeah, I'm definitely glad they did do it. And I hope they do more for the game, even if it's just like another season pass with characters, or if it's a potential sequel. But the sequel that they left off for the cliffhanger would be really cool. Like the next sort of like villain they teased. I was just like, that would be really fucking cool. Like this is someone I've wanted to see in the MCU for a long time, like properly, because he's like one of the big bads of the whole MCU. So, yeah, pretty cool.
Cool. All right. Well, let's get on with some of the stories today then. Pretty much everything is revolving around the showcase. Some of this is kind of leaky, rumory stuff. Nothing's really confirmed. There's nothing hard here, but I just wanted to flag that up for any listeners. We'll be talking about some of the stuff that's been rumored. The closest thing we have probably to anything concrete is some achievements popping up on Steam database. So, you can go from there if you think that that's too close for you. So, so I guess the only couple of things not related to the showcase is firstly, there's Redfall got Bloomberged, Schreier. It got the hit piece from Schreier.
Yeah, I saw this.
And it pretty much confirmed everything that Phil Spencer had said in his interview. We did get a couple of extra interesting things, but in essence, I guess where I wanted to start was the fact that it was the way that the article was titled was inside. I can't remember the exact writing, but it was like inside Redfall, Xbox's latest misfire. And I was like, I replied to it. I was like, I don't know if it's entirely fair to characterize it as an Xbox misfire. I mean, I'm not saying Xbox didn't have a role in it, but it had 5 years development. Xbox acquired them at year 3, and most of this is one of those situations, unfortunately, where most of the FUD was right. It's a real shame. We spoke about it in the build-up, and I was like generally pretty optimistic. I was like, I don't think this is the case. If it is, and that would suck. And it was. It was built to be a service game because Zenimax were pressuring a lot of the teams. It essentially suffered the same fate that sort of Fallout 76 did. Wolfenstein Youngblood, it was a project that was born out of that. It did have microtransactions near the beginning. It seemed that they were sort of taken out when the Xbox acquisition happened. And as the game went on, like some of the quotes we got were things along the lines of nobody wanted to make it. The directors did, Harvey Smith and I think it's Ricardo Bear, maybe. The directors were still invested, but a lot of the team, and we don't really have that much data because we don't know. It's not like every person in the studio was asked, but there seemed to be a bit of a disconnect between what the directors wanted and what the team wanted, and we don't know the conflicting interest there. Maybe they just wanted to stay on a project because it, they wanted to keep everyone employed, rather than rebooting. And other quotes were like, "Oh, some developers were hoping Xbox would come in and reboot or cancel the project," which obviously didn't happen. And the final thing was that during the development of Redfall, 70%, massive number, 70% of Arcane Austin left. So the majority of the team that worked on Prey left, and that's the biggest bummer out of all of this, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you think? A couple of things there. Yeah, the headline, Xbox's latest misfire, and then obviously all of the things that happened during the development that ended up being right.
Yeah. I think you can kind of argue that a fairly large chunk of this is Xbox's fault, because they did have the option to can or reboot this or just move them onto a different project or anything like that. But that decision just wasn't made, right? Sometimes these cutthroat decisions do need to be made, especially with a newly acquired studio. And especially when the studio is genuinely not that happy with the project already. Like, they must have sat down with them and just been like, yeah, the vibes here isn't great, but we're just gonna carry on. And you know what? We're also gonna fucking spotlight you. We're also gonna put you in our top 5 fucking upcoming games. It's like, I don't know, man. There's a lot of really shit decisions there, and I don't know if all of that stemmed from Xbox. I don't know how any of this fucking works from like a business perspective, but I do think that a tough decision needed to be made, and not just fucking ride it out and hope it gets better. And yeah, and the result of it is a shit game and an insane loss of talent for a studio that we've now acquired. And it's just like, they're probably not coming back. I mean, they might come back, if the next project is enticing enough or whatever. But
and they're still hiring.
Yeah, but it's just a real fucking shit show, and it's a real shame. I feel like genuinely less damage would have come to just actually just cancel the project before anyone even knew it was a thing. That would have caused less damage than what the fallout of what's happened.
Well, maybe, I think there is some additional context there, like, you're right. Like, I don't think Xbox is free of responsibility, at all. But at the same time, that they were handed a bit of a loss situation. A game that was 3 years in development, clearly struggling. And like Phil said in the interview, it kind of funny. He did say we kind of just left them to it. We didn't really get to it. We kind of just let them get on with it. But the additional context is that if Xbox had cancelled it, with the headline, like, okay, yes, there would have been one less shit game made, I guess, but bear in mind, they closed Lionhead. They cancelled Fable Legends. They cancelled Scalebound. I don't know. I think it would have just given people 2013 flashbacks and trauma as well, like, to some degree as well.
But then I don't know. Damage control can still be done to the extent of the damage control that's happening right now. They'd be like, we cancelled it because of this, this, and this. That's essentially what Phil's saying right now. But the game actually made it to launch. He's basically saying, I wish we did. Like, no one was really in with this. We just wanted to see if we could polish a turd here. And it didn't. But so I feel like you can still do damage control for that. Just come out and be honest and just be like, listen, like, this project was made, back when they were trying to squeeze out service gains. We didn't want another Fallout 76. It was very much falling into that category. We didn't want Arcane to, it's not their forte. You can be genuinely honest with these sort of things, and sure, you're still going to get gaslit for it. You're still going to be fucking, but I genuinely think it would have been less harmful than what happened, because not only has it harmed Arcane's reputation, Xbox's reputation, you've also lost a lot of talent that might have stayed there if you just canned the project and been like, let's work on something else. What else are you guys passionate about? What's in the pipeline? Fuck Redfall. Then that 70% of staff will probably still be there. And you probably would still have equally the bad PR you got right now. I know this is hindsight speaking, but it was just a bit silly, I think, to be like, let's just see if they can pull it out of their ass. You either need to manage the project very closely and really point them in the right directions, or I mean, what's the point in leaving a team to do their own thing and to work on it without, just see what you can do when no one's passionate about it and people are leaving and no one wants to make it. That's never going to work. Leaving them to do what they want in a project they fucking hate. How do you think it's going to turn out?
I mean, I think this is the other side of it, right? On balance, I do agree with you. On balance, I think it is a loss, but I think the way it came out was a bigger loss than a reboot, for another 3 years, or a cancellation would have been. I think that's less of a loss than what actually ended up happening.
Yeah.
But the other thing of like, as in, part of Schreier's article about a lot of the devs didn't want to work on it was like, I kind of don't think that is an Xbox problem. And I'm just thinking organizationally, like when people come in, when Matt Booty circles around and says, how are you getting on with the game? It's that I'm assuming the producers and directors who talk to him and say, yep, it's fine, we're moving. They don't interview every dev in the office. No. So really, and I think this is what's kind of a bit disappointing. It seems like there was a bit of a disconnect between the directors and producers and the devs in the trenches, because if they had understood the kind of mood of the office, maybe they'd have been like, well, we quite like the idea, but we've taken feedback from the team that they're not happy with what we're doing. And this was another part of the article as well, is that a lot of people were joining the team to make sort of like single player immersive sims, and then coming onto the team and finding out, oh, they're doing like a sort of co-op, maybe service, until Xbox came as it was like going to be a service game, like immersive sim, and we're not really sure how these elements are going to come together. So yeah, you had a team like coming on that were a bit demotivated, and maybe that added to the disconnect between the directors, the producers, and the devs in the trenches.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, maybe it was just painted. The wall was pulled over their eyes a little bit from a higher level, right? Everything is going great. Trust us. Whereas if they actually went into the office and saw everyone fucking playing one in a chamber, they probably what I can do.
Yeah. So it's a damn shame. Yeah, like I said, I think the biggest shitter out of all of this is that so much of the team left. And don't get me wrong, like I'm sure over the next few years as they go onto their IP, not a new IP, it's probably going to be Prey 2. Let's face it, like they're going to want to win back goodwill, and that would be an easy slam dunk for everyone, for Arcane, Austin, for Xbox, and for talent retention and recruitment. That's the biggest shitter out of all of this. But I guess the silver lining here is that if this game had gone through as it was with Zenimax without the Xbox acquisition, and it was fully service, we would have had Arcane Austin tied into this shitty service Redfall for years. And if it had performed as badly as it has done, Zenimax would have closed them. Like we know that Arcane and Tango were on the chopping board before the acquisition. Like Arcane Austin would be gone. Yeah. And I'm fairly confident that's not going to happen here. I'm fairly confident that the Xbox team is going to take this on the chin and be like, this was kind of a growing pain of the acquisition. We didn't get around to seeing them early enough. Let's get this better next time, with Starfield, for example. And let's, hire them up and give them a chance to do something that they want to do.
Yeah, I do agree. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely could have been worse. Yeah, had the acquisition never gone through and this went through as Redfall was initially intended. Yeah, 100%. So it's like it's not the worst case scenario, but it's like the one just before it. It's like one of the worst case scenarios. But it's
Yeah.
not the absolute worst. Yeah, for sure.
And in some way, I mean, we'll see how it all plays out. In some way, this might be the kick up the arse that Xbox kind of needed. It's a fucking shame that Arcane, out of everyone, had to be the team to take a hit because, you know, like we'd always say, Arcane never miss, and we can't say that anymore, can we? And it's just a damn
Well, you
shame.
could say that Arcane Leon never miss.
I guess we could, yeah.
It's got to be more specific.
That's right, yeah. So yeah, you know, maybe this will be the kick up the arse they needed to sort out, to get more involved with the teams. You know, Phil was very candid on that kind of an interview, saying you need revisiting the process. Great, you know, you need to have a team that's doing that, especially with these newly acquired studios. You know, because God forbid if we have any sort of similarity with Starfield. You know, I don't think it will. I don't think that is going to happen because Starfield has had more time. A lot of insiders gossip has been very positive, you know, and they said that they've been involved more early. So we'll see. But that's Redfall.
Sad.
Honorable mention number 2. Square Enix is slightly panicking about Final Fantasy 16 pre-orders tracking behind Final Fantasy 15. This is coming from Imran Khan. Is he a giant bomb? Is he a giant bomb? I can't remember where he is nowadays.
Very normal. I read this article. This is very normal. Pre-orders for games are low these days anyway, because people keep getting fucking burnt, and people got burnt really bad by Final Fantasy 15. It's fine. I think you're right, Timmer. I think it's Game Informer.
Game Informer. Thanks.
But I don't think this is. This doesn't shock me, just based on the last Final Fantasy game and what it was hyped up to be and what it turned out not to be and stuff like that. And plus, like I said, just pre-orders are just low these days. So people are getting burnt left and right by games. Just, I know there's been some great ones recently, but I feel like for the last few years, AAA games have not generally not been up to the standard they should be. For the most part, but yeah, it's this game will do well regardless, pre-orders or not. I think people are going to buy it after the reviews. They're just being a bit skeptical. They're just not certain. You know, Square Enix don't hit all the time. I've pre-ordered it.
You pre-ordered?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. I've watched so much gameplay on this, and I've watched so many YouTubers cover it and been flown out to play it and stuff like that, and given non-biased opinions and everything. And dude, this game's right up my alley. And I want it. I want it now. So yeah.
Well, you know, of course, what I'm really wanting to say is fucking idiots. You fucking idiots. Good.
Why?
Fucking plebs. Well, Final Fantasy 15 was a multiplayer game.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, yeah. That game.
Fucking dickheads.
Yeah.
Good. But I think the article does clarify that is accounted. Suppose, you know, whatever that means, that is accounted for the fact that it's only releasing on one platform. I don't think you can truly account for that properly in the numbers, because I do think this exclusivity with PlayStation and Final Fantasy is reducing the mind share around Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not just for Xbox crowd, you know, that's for the Nintendo crowd, the PC crowd as well. So it's kind of a reap what you sow a little bit. And yeah, I think you're right. I think there is some decent speculation. You know, Final Fantasy 15 was 2016, wasn't it? That was before, when was Fallout 76? You know, there's been a series of big flops in that time that are really memorable. Cyberpunk, you know, where people have been really burnt for pre-orders. Absolutely. But yeah, at the same time, I do think they are kind of shooting themselves in the foot by having these repeated exclusivity deals. And also Square Enix are fucking weird about their expectations, aren't they? Every single time they sell a game, they're like, oh, didn't sell 12 billion.
Yeah.
We don't have money to buy Jupiter. Oh,
Yeah.
that's not very.
Yeah, they are a little bit weird like that. But I don't think it's anything to worry about. I think it's like you said. I think with it being single plat and just yeah, just I just think just generally pre-orders are just not. They're just down, and they've been down for a while. People just don't. With everyone moving into the games, like sort of catalog, like service sort of thing. Everything comes into Games Pass or PlayStation catalog and all that sort of stuff. You're moving into more subscription based games. People just pre-orders just aren't really a thing they used to be anymore. And with the game price going up as well, people can't justify spending £70 on a game they don't know is going to do well before it releases. You know, like it's so much money. Imagine that. Just you wake up in the morning of its release, you open up your phone and fucking those reviews drop in at like 60, and then you see it plop through your mailbox, and you're like, "What have I done?" You know, like that. It's just not it. But nothing to worry about. The game's gonna be a fucking banger.
I do think that's interesting as well, though, because I bet that sort of like feedback, that consumer behavior is incentivizing, or at the very least getting publishers thinking about the Game Pass model, you know, thinking about dropping things into subscriptions day one. It's like, well, we can take a big bag, you know, they'll pay us for performance. Whereas, you know, we essentially are flying blind when we put our game out there. We say pre-orders go up. We're flying blind because pre-orders are so low, people just aren't doing it anymore. So we have no information. Whereas at least with Game Pass, they have a big safety net. And even then, like people can pre-install on Game Pass. You know, I wonder if that would be like a helpful metric.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is for sure part of me that's like, you fucking idiots. I hope this game does critically well because the devs deserve it because it looks gorgeous. But I hope the game commercially flops because you lot over at Square Enix are fucking pricks. Why is that toxic?
The
businessmen at the suits making bad decisions. Yeah. Who does that affect?
We never get a Final Fantasy ever again. No, they're never dropping that IP. Of course, we're going to carry on getting Final Fantasy.
No.
It's what made them what they
you know
are.
what I
mean.
Yeah. Yeah, you know my point. All right, let's keep this moving. Some off-screen infection gameplay was shown off. I think they did a reveal with they got the like content creators to come in and play season 4 of Halo Infinite. So we've just seen some off-screen stuff. Season 4 is confirmed to be called Infection. There's a new map shown off. I think a Guardian remake as well. I can only assume this is lining up for a small showing at the showcase. The timelines are just too synced up.
Yeah. I think we'll see Halo Infinite at the showcase in some form. I think, and it'll probably be this. Although I do have another take, but yeah, great. It's Infection, right? Everyone's going to enjoy it for 20 minutes.
Well, there'll be more. I think there was I think there was a new bit of equipment that's been like people have like captured it, you know, like the corner of the screen sort of thing. They haven't shown it off at all. I think it's going to be that quantum relocator thing, just based on the artwork. I don't know. It's essentially the tracer recall.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that. Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah.
Along with the shotgun, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would be pretty stacked because so far they've done weapon equipment. I don't know. Maybe if they're both ready to go, weapon and equipment and maps and modes, you know, that great. That's where they need to be at with this seasonal delivery.
Yeah.
And of course, service record with ranks.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Amazing. They've done it.
They've done it. The technology is finally there.
Yeah.
But I will say the artwork for the Infection does look pretty sick. I'm quite impressed with what the team has pulled off in trying to make a unique take on it. Even just like the cover art and stuff. You know, the splash screen for season 4 looks real nice.
It does.
Okay, and the final honorable mention for today, that Starfield limited edition controller we spoke about a couple of weeks ago, Tim. It was real.
Nice. I wonder how loud that is on their end. Like,
Yeah, I
listening
don't know. I'm sorry.
as a
Yeah, you'll have to tell me.
podcaster with your fucking headphones in, just like chilling at home, and then he just air horns
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, just lying in the sun, like hands on your chest, like your legs are crossed, like having a good time listening to the QRP.
But yeah, okay, so it was real. That's great. I mean, it's no surprise Xbox make a fucking controller for everything. It's unreal how many
It's true.
controllers exist. Like, it's unfathomable. But yeah, so it doesn't surprise me at all. It's Starfield. It's like Xbox's baby. Yeah, it's gonna get a controller. It looked pretty cool though from like the leaks. I did quite like the look
Yeah,
of it.
I'll send it to you in Discord real quick.
Yeah, it had like
It's
the
real gorgeous.
colors, like the red, yellow, and all that, like little strip going down the front, and then it's yeah.
It's even got like some ship mappings on the controller. You know,
It does look cool. It does look very cool. Yeah, I'm game for it. But
the triggers are translucent as well.
it doesn't really interest me too much. But in terms of buying it, I never really buy controllers like that. But it's pretty cool, and then maybe if they could bundle it with like a like a Starfield bundle, like Xbox bundle or something like that, it could be pretty cool. So yeah.
I think they're doing a headset as well, but I don't think we've seen that. So
Okay.
probably this white, the white version of the Xbox headset.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. We've done with the honorable mentions. So the next sort of stuff is sort of speculation about the show. Again, some newsy stuff. We're into some rumor leaky territory. There's your warning. Trademarky stuff. There isn't all that much, so you're probably all right. But I just wanted to give you the warning. So I'm just going to skip over number 1, Tim. I'm just going to go straight to number 2 because we've kind of gone past that for this week. So really weird. Timmer will know all about this. Giant Monster News was trademarked by Zenimax last week. What the fuck is that? Giant Monster News?
What? I don't know what that means.
What does
Isn't
that
like
mean?
it's just
What does it mean?
Just massive news.
That's it. That's all it said.
Trademark.
I don't know, Tim. That is just that name was trademarked. Giant Monster News.
Oh, okay. Like, oh, I see. I thought those words were being used as like descriptive.
No, that's the name. That's the name.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Giant Monster News. Wow. Yeah, that is fucking. I don't even know where to go with that. Kaiju game. We getting a kaiju game?
On my notes, I've put it was a mobile entity register, but I haven't seen any. I've seen people talk about it like that, but I haven't actually seen any proof of that being the case. I do have one idea of what this could be, but I'm going to save that for the predictions.
Okay, interesting. I have no idea. So at least one of us has a clue.
It's really weird because do you know what? I've just Googled it, and there's a 6-year-old Reddit post saying, "What is Giant Monster News and why is nobody talking about it?" Never mind, my idea is out the fucking window. It's 6 years old. Besides Starfield, Zenimax owns the rights for the title Giant Monster News since 2012, I think. Tim, you got any ideas here, buddy? Copyrighted long ago, keeps getting renewed.
Trademark was filed in 2019. DLC for Hi-Fi Rush. Won't be DLC.
Yeah, that was my speculation.
Really?
But if it's 6 years, that was my speculation. Yeah. But
could be.
Actually. If it's 6 years old, that doesn't make any sense. If they keep renewing that name for over 6 years, that doesn't make any sense.
That's true.
Yeah. Might just be a mobile game, but if not, AAA kaiju photography game.
Photography?
Yep. It's like Pokemon Snap, but you're zipping around the city. you know, taking
Snapping pictures of
snapshots of
destruction.
monsters. Yeah, that's it. Like Sunset Overdrive art.
You might want to
I like it.
trademark that
I like
on
that.
stream right now. That's
You
pretty
like that
hot.
pitch?
It's pretty hot.
Yeah. It's just a weird name, isn't it?
It's a very weird name.
Giant Monster News?
Yeah, that is
Mobile
weird.
game.
It will be a mobile
Okay,
game.
Tim is saying it sounds mobile gamey, doesn't it?
It sounds
mobile
like a mobile game, just like the actual fucking title. It just sounds like something you'd see on the App Store. Yeah.
So who knows? I mean, with that, it might just be a regular renewal, but maybe they finally have something lined up for it. I mean, would they really have been working on a mobile game for 6 years, Timmer? I mean, I guess that's possible. Who does the mobile stuff at Bethesda? Roundhouse? Alpha Dog's Bethesda. ABK, isn't it? Let me check my spreadsheet.
Spreadsheet. Let's go.
Yeah, I sent it to you on Discord.
It's Alpha Dog.
Yeah, Alpha Dog. Yeah, okay, I thought so. Yeah, so it's in that conch somewhere.
Well done.
Don't sound too excited.
Yeah, that was the most unenthusiastic well done
Well done.
I've ever done in my life.
Well done. Like, if I tried to say that with like low enthusiasm, I can't even touch what you just did. Well done.
That's too much. You're giving it too much, man.
Yeah, I feel supported with that.
Yeah. The spreadsheet sucks. Something on it.
Maybe you will do something for this podcast one day.
All right, cool. I guess I'll just end it, and then you can just start it up again from your end. Yeah.
I suppose I could with my shiny new Mac.
Yeah, which you fucking now owe me $1,500 for.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Fucking get back in your corner. BGS Montreal. Montreal. I'm guessing you meant Montreal there. Worked on Fallout Shelter.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and they did have like Captain Keen and stuff, but that all died pretty quick. Yeah, I mean, I know they still want to foot in the mobile space. It wouldn't surprise me. It would surprise me to see them announce it at the showcase, but having said that, they have had some short mobile announcements at showcases before. Like Gears Pop is one that comes to mind. Yeah. Okay. God damn it. This week, Tim, for story number 3, Xbox put out a really harmless little tweet for, to advertise the showcase. There's a link there if you haven't seen it. And, there's glitter on the controller. And they say, oh, where's this going? And they follow the glitter up the stairs. And then it goes to the screen. And there's the dynamic sort of, saying Xbox Game Showcase, with dynamic background. And it says, see you there. And it's got this kind of whimsical music. And now everyone is 100% sure that FABLE is going to be at the showcase.
It will.
And I'm a hater. I keep saying to everyone, don't expect FABLE here. In actual fact, I won't get there just yet. I've got some inside information.
Fuck.
Yep. Somebody reached out to me this week. Nobody reached out to me, actually. I harassed them until they spoke to me.
Nice.
Yeah, so, I've got a little something,
All
but, I mean, it's nothing much, I'm literally no one.
Yeah, like legit. But what else, what do you think this whole thing was then, if it wasn't FABLE? What's your take?
It was just an advert, man. They just I feel like this happens at least 3 or 4 times a year where the social team says something and everyone's like, are you hinting at something? If someone can show me some evidence for a time that the Xbox social team, the team behind Twitter, has ever teased something I'm all ears because I don't think there has been. The Game Pass account does. The Game Pass account, will do funny little things where they tease upcoming Game Pass announcements. But the main account, and let alone the main account for showcase like reveals, that's never happened. That's never happened. Maybe there's been one outlier with like, I think they knew about the Series S, or that was the interpretation. They put up that sock monkey, meme with him like looking, like giving a side eye when the Series S got leaked, which would suggest that they knew about it. But I think that's a bit different. That's like the next gen console. There's only one in a decade sort of thing. I don't know, man. I think you're all setting yourself up for disappointment here. Yeah, I've got more to say, but what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's unlikely. I don't think it's a big fat no with a full stop after it, but I do think it's extremely unlikely. And I feel like if we're gonna see anything from it, it's just it won't be like gameplay or anything like that. It'll just be like a CGI trailer or something like that. But you never know, because PlayStation showed off a lot of stuff at their showcase, which was literally just a CGI trailer, no date. These games are looking a couple years off. There's no reason why Xbox might not chuck in a CGI trailer with no date as well, just to keep people, relatively on the hook. This is still happening, especially if it only takes up like a minute of the show or a couple minutes of the show. It's not. I'm not completely like. I don't think it will happen, but I'm not completely against it.
Why would they do another CGI? That's my question. I don't know. I just. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't add up.
More
I can see what will be like. We're keen to the chat. Fable is absolutely there. Last year, Fable was teased in 2 tweets when the community picked up on it, and then the tweets were deleted and then clarified. Yeah, but like that was like a regional account. But I don't think that. What's the implication? Like, I think those were harmless tweets that the community went into a frenzy over, and then the regional accounts were like, we're peacing out, and just deleted them because they're like, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't think it was secretly a tease that too many people figured out, and then the team was like, oh, better delete this. I think that's the same thing that's happening here. I would be really surprised, because if they show Fable even in a CGI again, people are going to say that's an L. Like, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with that. But I'm just saying, I think it's gameplay or nothing. I understand it's been a long time since we've seen it, but my other angle here is that it's just not Fable's year. Like, they have so much other good stuff to make the centerpiece for the show. They don't need it. Beside anything else, they don't need it. Centerpiece for next year, once we're think about this time next year, we're probably Starfield's out, Forza's out, Hellblade's probably out, Avowed is probably on the horizon. So Fable's the next big thing in the way that this year Avowed is the next big thing, beyond the Starfield. Beyond the Starfield.
I do.
That's
good. Yeah, that's what it should call their showcase afterwards. I do think, yes, I agree with you. It's such a stacked year already, and we're not seeing this probably still for a very, very long time. So why give it the center stage? Yeah, I do completely agree. But at the same time, Xbox has a habit of just showing shit that we won't see for another 6 years as well. So that does happen.
They haven't done it in a while though. The last time they did that was 2020.
Yeah, and they did get slammed for it. But
that's not to say that they won't show some other stuff that's a while off. But I think I get the sense that they are focusing a bit more on gameplay. Like last year focused a lot on gameplay. Like we know they bungled the whole 12-month thing, but it had a lot of gameplay. And they didn't show stuff obviously that was too far out. Some stuff didn't make it, but still, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen this argument as well. I think it was a year ago, wasn't it, Joaquin? That Matt Booty had an interview and he was talking about showing stuff off. And he said that he was like really impressed with what he'd seen on Fable, and he was like, oh, we have to show this. And the playground have essentially been like, no, like we'll tell you when we're ready. We don't want to show it yet. You know, that's cool and all, but like, executives say they're impressed with the games that they're leading all the time. You know, Phil spoke about Undead Labs a couple of years ago on, I think, even on the Xbox Era podcast. He spoke about a bunch of different things. The Compulsions game, he's name and drop a handful of times of like a game he's really impressed with. You know, but like I said, beside anything else, I just don't think the show needs Fable this year. You know, and that's only knowing what we know with Forza, probably Hellblade, and definitely Starfield. You know, and I just think I'm happy to eat a big old shit sandwich, you know, if I'm wrong. And that's I'd be happy to be wrong. Yeah, I'd be happy to be wrong. But then, you know, at the same time, like, Fable isn't coming out until 2025. Like, anybody who thinks Fable is 2024 is insane. So let's say they do show off gameplay or in-engine. They're showing it in-engine or gameplay again next year? Because it's probably late 2025, so then we've got the year after that as well. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up to be showing something else. I think the real possibility is maybe another CGI, like Tim said, just to give a sense of maybe what the game is, what the game's going for, you know, to show off that it's an MMO and not a single player game, so that everyone can.
Yeah, it's a live service co-op game. Yeah.
That's the one. It's a live service like shooter. There's no swords or magic. It's just like everyone's got blunderbusses and shit.
Yeah, it's like Fable, Counter-Strike. Yeah. Imagine.
You guys are crazy, says Joaquin in the chat. Think about it this way. The showcase starts planning a month after the last one. 2022 was a shit year for Xbox. I think Team Xbox is shooting everything this year to make up for the last.
Joaquin's called us crazy a few times now. He called us nuts and then crazy. He's really passionate about seeing Fable.
This is what I mean, man. Everyone's getting really like emotionally invested in it, and I'm just like, you need to let it go. You need to let it go. You work from a place of absence and work up from there. Like, assume it won't be there and you'll be happy, because there's so much. Like, this isn't a year where the showcase is hinging on on Fable showing, so you don't need to, you know, you don't need to have your heart set on that. Not like last year where me and Tim were like holding hands, hoping Avowed would be there, and then it wasn't, and it ended up just being a bit of a mid show. You know,
that was sad.
But why would they show gameplay? There's going to be
down in my plums.
There's going to be another 2 more showcases at least before this game releases. Why would they show gameplay now? Are they going to show 3 back-to-back gameplay showings?
It's just
it's not clocking, dude. It's not clocking.
Have you ever?
I know it's there.
Have you ever assumed that the game's just that good that they do want to show it off 3 times, Deck? Yeah, have you ever thought about that?
I guess I haven't thought about that. You're right.
So shut up. And don't get me wrong, I'm completely with you here. I think it's unlikely we see it, but you know, Joaquin can dream, man. He's an idiot, but you can dream.
I'll let a man dream, you know, and that's, I'm not going to stop you.
Take away a man's dreams,
just saying,
and you take away everything.
I'm just saying. Don't come crying back here. Well, actually, you can. I'll welcome you with open arms. That's fine. you can come crying back here.
Tell you what, are you willing to wager your mod status on this, Joaquin? You ban yourself if Fable's not there. Yeah, that's what we're going with. If it's not there, you ban yourself.
If Fable's not there, you make a $1. What do they call it? $1. Like, you give it to the channel. Donation. Thank you. That's the word I couldn't find. Maybe my hat's on too tight. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a nice hat, dude. I don't see you wear hats often.
Oh, I don't know. I really don't.
Got a bad haircut, have you?
I did get my hair cut. No, it's good. I'm just hiding it. I don't want to turn. I don't want to turn you on the show. I've got to wait till you get
course.
here.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then when I get there, you're wearing hats every day.
If it is there, then you shave off the mustache for a show. Fucking hang on a minute. All right. This is
Both of us. No, Joaquin. I look 16 without my fucking facial hair, and I'm not doing it. It's not worth it. Plus, I'm not completely against you. Anyway, we've hung on this for a while. Fable, it could be there. It might not. Probably won't.
I don't like this sitting on the fence, Tim. I've got to be honest with you, buddy.
What do you mean?
You've got to pick a side.
No, I've said I think it's unlikely, but I think if we do see anything, it will be CGI. I'm with you that we're not seeing gameplay.
There we go. That's more like it.
But I'm just saying, there could be a Fable presence there. I have that on my list as a potential long shot.
Yeah, I'll give you it as a long shot pick for the sake of the show.
I haven't got it as a lock. I'm not an idiot. No offense, Wacky.
Joaquin's got it as a lock. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Even Tim is saying 50-50. Tim is a modern day genius.
I'd go 90-10. I'd go 90-10. And even if they did, I think it would be a mistake to show. I think it would be a strategic mistake to show it this year. In the same way that in hindsight, we considered all the CGI trailers in 2020 a mistake. Too far off for most of them. And that's part of that is because they had nothing to show. Fine, but you can't. It was just too long for most of those games. They're so far off. The Elusive 5, eh?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're called.
The Elusive 5. In the next Spider-Man game, aren't they?
Yeah. All right. Well, let's keep this going. I'm sure we'll come back to Fable when we sort of get to the predictions bit. But I've got strong feelings. They're still recruiting lead roles, man. The game isn't coming till at least 2025, and even then, I doubt it's not too late 2025. So,
good deep breath. Really calmed yourself.
Yeah,
I heard that a little dark.
Just try and break the tension. Okay, next thing is Wolfenstein, Tim. Nobody knows what's happening really with Wolfenstein because, of course, Machine Games. The rumor is that their heads down working on Indiana Jones for the big mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Will we ever see Wolfenstein? I don't know. I think there's a rumor they're working on a game codenamed Relic as well, which could be the Wolfenstein or it's something new. I don't know. I will say I really liked whatever the new one was. New Colossus, I think it is.
New Colossus, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people love that game.
That was banging.
Yeah.
And I didn't bother going back to play the first one because the second one was reviewed so much better. But yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised with that game. So yeah, by all means. So what the story is? Sorry, I probably should have prefaced this. One of the job roles. In fact, this might have even come from Timmer. Like I'm reading it off a Reddit post, but this probably came from Timmer. One of the senior animator job vacancies at Zenimax Careers states 2 requirements for candidate qualifications. The first, passion for video games, especially for first-person immersive games. The second, shipped at least 1 AAA title and been part of a full production cycle. The preferred skills section also says strong familiarity with Machine Games titles.
Mm-hmm. A hate for Nazis.
Hell yeah. And when's it ever going to be bad to just make a game about killing Nazis? Like, when's that ever going to be? It's never going to get old, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Thoughts about Wolfenstein, Tim?
Funnily enough, I did have it on my list. I'm going to take this one from Joaquin. I feel it in my plums. I put it down as like a long shot, like wild card, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we just see like a title drop or like something just let us know it's in production. You know, like there will be a third Wolfenstein. You know, um, it's on the way, sort of thing. But yeah, it will be no more than like a reveal. But you know, these Xbox showcases, they do reveal things, right? Like, it's not going to just be a here's what's coming. You can play this year and beginning of next year. I'm sure there are going to be some reveals and some teases and stuff going on behind the scenes too. And I feel like this could be one that gets revealed. So yeah, not off the cards.
I like that. I like that shit. Especially when you consider the new Colossus was 2017. It's 2017 and Youngblood was 2019. You know, yeah, by all means, I think that's interesting. We'll talk about that more when we get to predictions, which is now. We did it.
Nice.
So you may see, Tim, on the note, I've made a nice little grid for us, a nice little table. It's 3 columns.
Yes.
On the first column, we got locks, long shots, first parties, third parties, opener and closer. And then we've got Tim and deck column as well. Just in case you've got, you know,
who I am.
It's right there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Or I forgot who I am. You know, it happens regularly. Joaquin says, Fable won't be there, but Wolfenstein will be. Okay, too much. Okay, mate, too much Marmite. Too much Marmite.
You know what, man? We'll talk after.
Has Wolfenstein been revealed? Has Wolfenstein been revealed?
Exactly.
No,
I'm saying it's a reveal.
Get a CGI reveal.
I'm not saying they're just gonna pump out some gameplay for like fucking out of nowhere. Like, I'm just saying it's a reveal, man. Chill your plums.
I don't have this plum talk, dude.
Yeah, it made me laugh.
I tried asking if it's in development, but my source didn't know. Thanks, Timmer. Oh, Timmer with the id Software closing the show. Okay, let's get cracking before these guys get me all excited.
Let's get crack-a-lacking, dude.
Yeah. Okay, I don't even know where we start with this. I obviously have my little spreadsheet of all the studios. I don't know if I think we start with third parties. Let's just start with some ideas of third parties, what we've kind of got. I will point out something very, very interesting that observation that other people have made. There was no Call of Duty at the PlayStation showcase.
That is true, actually. Yeah.
Bear in mind, we also have the DM Summer of Games, Summer Game Mess this week, you know, before the showcase. So a lot of the things that we could put down as third parties here could show up there. But that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. Any thoughts, Tim, on some third parties?
I'm going to be honest. Third parties is not really something I thought about when it comes to this showcase. I think most of the things I've listed have actually just been first party stuff. So
Shall I get started?
Yeah, you get started. Yeah.
Okay. I keep peeking into the chat and I can just see Joaquin being a little Sasquatch, you know, throwing me a lot of sass. And it's really distracting, man. Now, hang on a minute. I'll come back to you. So, third parties. If they aren't appearing at Keighley's summer stuff, which they very well might do, I think Cyberpunk. I think Phantom Liberty is going to be there. I also think Elden Ring DLC might be there.
Okay.
The reason I say that is because there was that rumor. I can't remember what it was. Someone will have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there was a rumor that Elden Ring was going to appear on Xbox's show, but then it was pulled. I think it was even Jeff Grubb that said it, so, you know, really good track record. That it was pulled and ended up going to the Game Awards. And then Jeff revealed it at the Game Awards. I think they could show the Shadow of the Erdtree. I think it's been announced as, hasn't it? And those are 2 pretty big expansions. I mean, that's pretty good going.
Yeah,
so if they're not at Keighley's, I think they could be at Xbox. That's where I'll start.
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, and Cyberpunk stuff. Yeah, I could see that. Potentially, I don't know, maybe like Hollow Knight. Is that?
Yeah, I think Hollow Knight's probably a good one.
Yeah. I feel like that game's been um I don't know that game like it's taking a very long time, and they're really keeping their cards close to their chest because doesn't it still have a release date for this year? Technically, it hasn't actually been
Um,
confirmed like into next year. I don't think.
no, they did say. I think they did put out a tweet earlier in the year saying, "Oh yeah, we know, we're still working on it. It's obviously been delayed." But yeah, they haven't given a date. The timing striked me as a bit suspicious, as if like we're not going to give you a date here because we've got it at a showcase.
Yeah,
So that
yeah.
could be another thing that could either be an Achilles, something the game fucking
I feel like it's big enough that
several
if you
games.
have news for it though, and you lock it down, it's big enough to take a stage for an Xbox showcase like that.
Oh, definitely. It was one of
Yeah.
the biggest, I think, things at the 20 last year showcase. I think like it was a big surprise to everyone. Got Game Pass day one as well. Like fuck me, what a get! Like, the
Yeah.
first one was so good, man. It was so good. It really
Yeah.
surprised me.
Yeah, I mean, I think for most people, it goes down as the best Metroidvania Vania ever made. I think for
Definitely
most
up
people.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, really surprised. I just wasn't sure if it was for me. I don't know. I don't know. The art style wasn't doing much for me, but then once you start playing, it comes together so well. Yeah, incredible. Such a good game. I hope they can do to Silk Song what Ori did to Will of the Wisps.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
Okay. My next bet for third party is Exoprimal.
Oh, I was gonna say that. Fuck's sake. And that was actually one I had on my list, but I panicked and I didn't see it. Damn you! But yeah, I agree. Yeah, I do think Exo Primal will definitely be there. I think that game's actually kind of shaping up to be like pretty positive in like a lot of people's eyes. So that's pretty exciting. And it looks fun.
It's definitely a weird one, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's got an angle. You know, it's got an angle, and I'll take that any day over something safe.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Um yeah, no, I think that's a pretty good pick. And again, I'm not that is coming out at some point this year, isn't it? Yeah.
Exoprimal, yeah, it's got release date. It's Game Pass day one. I want to say it's like October or something. Exoprimal. Oh no, July 14th. Not that late.
Yeah.
Next month.
Oh, okay. Oh wow. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, because we were talking about it, weren't we? Because we were like, yeah, this looks really fun. Like we could genuinely play this, but then we were like, Diablo, Final Fantasy, and something else as well. I think we were also thinking we were speculating Starfield at the time because that was before Starfield got confirmed for September. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah, that's a good one. I think we see a bit of Vin Diesel.
Ooh.
I think
that's a good shout.
I think we see some Vin Diesel action at this showcase. Yeah, an I Am Groot game.
The timed exclusive Arc 2.
Yeah,
Let's go. I'm glad Xbox are making the right calls with these timed exclusives. You know, it's good investment, that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Arcs, you joke. Arcs are a fucking really popular game. So, but it's just weird.
It is,
No one really knows what it is.
Needless. Yeah.
Like, no one even knows if it's like going down the same path, but you can assume it will, with it being, you know, the sort of shared server-esque survival, you know, that sort of thing. But yeah, I think we'll see Arc 2. I think it's about time we start seeing something on that. Plus, it's pretty big budget. Like you said, we've got the timed exclusivity on it. I think it'll be there in some fashion.
Okay, I'm looking at a couple of other things. I'm on an article with some games confirmed but not dated yet. And I don't think this will be an Xbox One. but Avatar hasn't been shown off yet. I don't think there's not been gameplay of
Ooh,
Avatar, has there?
Yeah, no, there hasn't.
Uh,
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
and I wonder where Black Myth Wukong's going to be. I think that got delayed again, didn't it?
Yeah. Black Myth could be there though. I don't know when it got delayed to. I think it got delayed to a questionable time in 2020 2 4.
Yeah, I think you're right. Got delayed. It got delayed to last year.
Yeah.
So I'm not confident enough that I'm going to put any of these in my picks. The only other one that I think there has been like a definitive rumor about is Persona 3 remake. I'm sure chat has also heard. Apparently, there's a Persona 3 remake coming.
Okay. What about that cool looking fucking like cyberpunk-esque like indie game that was flying around? Replaced. Is that third party?
The pixel art one, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, and Replace rings a bell for me. I was thinking about that the other day, and yeah, maybe that.
Sure.
I couldn't remember what Allegiance that was third party or if it was made internally, but okay, cool.
Yeah, it's an indie game. Although I think people are like overly like it looked gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, but like we don't even know what that game is or like how it plays or anything, and some people are like really hyping it up.
Yeah, we don't want another Benedict
like, I'm excited
Fox.
to see more.
Yeah, have that again,
which was just meh. Bit of a shame, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but I think that's what I got for third parties. That was a stretch from the depths of my brain. That last one.
Yeah, there's some other things as well. You know, we've heard about like Project Dragon from IO Interactive. They announced it a while back. It was rumored to be an Xbox game, but then they announced it. Like they announced like what as a working title, you know, for recruitment, and it wasn't. It didn't seem to be exclusive, so we don't really know what's going on with that. So I'm not too confident. Flintlock, Splinter Cell, I can see that Joaquin's putting in chat as well. The new Tomb Raider. Yeah, none of these that I'd be confident enough to put in, but they're good. Lies of P is a good shout.
That is a good shout. I forgot about Lies of P. Yeah, Lies of P will be there. Oh, so we just each have 4. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Unless there's anything else you can think of that's coming to mind.
No. That was. I'm surprised I actually thought of those 3, to be honest. But yeah. Sorry about that. Loud bike going past my road. If anyone heard that.
Yeah, can you hold your farts in for the podcast, please?
No.
Fart jokes.
Subscribe for more fart jokes.
I wonder if we'll see like Dark Tide. I fucking hope not. Actually, it'd be a bit of an insult. Take up space on my showcase after laying it.
It won't. Yeah, after a pretty like not nice delay, and people were pretty butthurt by that. And then it releasing really shit on PC. I don't think they're gonna be like, here it is, give it center stage. I think they'll just no, I don't think we'll see Dark Tide.
The only other one I'll drop before we move on from third parties, again, I'm not going to put it on our list, but possibility is Warhammer 40k, Space Marine 2. Game looks amazing. Is there gameplay for that?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've seen it. It looks fucking sick, doesn't it? Yeah, I love the Warhammer universe as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks awesome. It looks really, really cool.
Holy shit. Okay. All right. So let's do locks. What do we think are our locks for the show then? I started on third party, so you can start here if you think. One at a time.
Avowed.
Let's hot potato this shit.
I'm taking Avowed.
Yeah. All right.
Surely, like, I feel like locks is just gonna go in. I feel like that category blends into first parties like really heavily.
It does. We'll see how it shapes out.
Okay.
I think there are some that end up being not quite locks and not quite long shots, so that's what that's meant to capture. But we'll see.
Okay. But yeah, I think Avowed will be there, and I just want it in my column. What about you?
Yeah, it was a bit weird, Tim, considering that it hasn't actually officially been announced yet. Yeah, I don't think Avowed's going to be there. It's in my honest opinion that I don't think Avowed's going to be there.
So you've just been baiting me for months.
Yes.
Because you've been saying
That's what led up to
Avowed's
this
gonna be
moment.
there. I'm so embarrassed. Wow. You really got me. What a big brain play from you.
Well done.
Well done.
Okay, Tim's got Avowed, no problem. I'm going to lock in Forza. We know it's there. No biggie. Forza's there. Not too much, though, apparently, as we spoke about last week. You know, they said they're having their big walkthrough and the extended showcase. So they'll do it. I think they do a little gameplay trailer, 2 minutes long, show us a couple of new features, give a glimpse of what the campaign mode is, and release date.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. You're going to see Forza. When is there ever an Xbox showcase of any kind without cars in it?
And actually, before we move on, let's do quick release dates on the ones that we think are locked. We'd have to do it for obviously any other ones. But what's your temperature on Avowed release? Give me a quarter. Give me a year.
I'm gonna say. First. Oh shit! I don't know, man. I'm gonna say first quarter next year. I feel like that's really early, but I'm gonna say first quarter next year.
I like that. That is just confidence. I'm into that.
But it will be like
how do people
right
do
at
this
the
in
end.
life?
I'm saying like
right at the end of quarter one.
Like April.
Quarter 1.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Can you imagine? If in the next, what are we in? June. In the next 8 months, we get Forza, Starfield, Hellblade, Avowed.
It's pretty nuts. And it's also impossible. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, that's good shit. Okay. I think Forza.
Was it my turn? Is it?
When Starfield? September. Hang on, let me just get the figure out my dates.
Oh yeah, you're doing a date for Forza. Sorry.
Oh, date for Forza. What do we think?
It was supposed to be off
Starfield,
the cuff.
September.
I didn't think you were gonna actually like do some math and Google action on this shit.
Why would you not think that? We literally do a prediction episode once a year.
You're such a you're a rat. He's a rat, everyone.
I don't think that is rat behavior. The thing is, it depends. If they have a game for the end for like holiday 23, then I think Forza has a chance to come before Starfield. If they don't, then I think they slot it after Starfield. But I also don't think. I think they want Starfield to be the centerpiece for the end of the year. So what we in September? Is September technically quarter 4? 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's right at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. Before then,
God.
I'm gonna say. I think I'm gonna say Forza is August. Suck me nuts. Forza's August.
All right.
All right. What's next? What's your next lock?
Hellblade 1 remaster.
Should we share this? Would that be fun? Should we share this? Can you do that? Is that possible, Tim?
Oops. Yeah, it is possible, but right now I'm not doing.
Yeah, don't share your.
I shared my
your
ball
P-Hub
cam by mistake.
account. Your ball cam. So attached under the desk.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. That's for another episode. Why is Deck blocked?
Yeah.
He shouldn't be blocked.
Don't block me down.
There he is.
Yeah, Joaquin, I've heard I've heard that of Matty saying that he heard Forza is October. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
I mean, it definitely could be. I can definitely see that. I guess in my head, the strategy is for Starfield to suck up all the air in the room, but maybe they want to do the 1-2 punch like they did in 2021 with Forza Halo.
Maybe.
Tim has even given a day. He's gone fucking October 14th. Stalker 2. Neither of us said Stalker 2. That's
No, I am
be
putting it. Yeah, I literally was gonna. This is why we shouldn't read chat.
Yeah.
Because now,
my fault.
you're gonna lock that in. I had that. I was gonna lock that after Hellblade.
No, I wasn't gonna. No, I wasn't.
Hey, Stalker 2.
Oh, you're gonna do that as
third party.
Oh, you're gonna do it as a lock. I see. Well, that's the thing. It's both. Okay, that's fine.
But yeah, I'll still go with Hellblade though. We're seeing Hellblade. There's no way we don't see
not
it.
Confirmed.
In some format, we have to see it, right?
I mean, I fucking hope so. That game is going to melt faces.
Yeah. And I'm bringing it.
It's going to melt the skin
with me. So if it gets revealed, I'm going to melt faces.
Yes.
But release date, I don't know, man. It's gonna.
We like to promote domestic terrorism.
I'm going. Release date will be like September next year. It'll like close off like Q4 next year. I think that's further off than. Actually, I don't know. Actually, I kind of want to change because we've seen gameplay of Hellblade 2, and we haven't for Avowed yet. I kind of might change mine. I'm kind of thinking Q1.5 for Hellblade 2, and I want to move Avowed to like August-y sort of time.
I'll allow it.
I think Hellblade 2 could be like the big one in the first quarter. Because yeah, I forgot we've actually seen like actual gameplay slice of like Hellblade 2 already and stuff like that. So I feel like it's still off. Like it can still use another 8 months in the oven and come out in April, but or March. But yeah.
I'm so excited to see Hellblade. I'm so fucking excited to see Hellblade. That team has been cooking.
Yeah.
So not only is it going to melt, I mean, we all know it's going to melt faces. That's fine. It's going to be the third-person action adventure for Xbox. You know, I just hope, like every, I'm hardly an original comment, but I hope that they've like revamped the kind of not just the combat, but also the mission structure. I hope they've added some RPG elements to it in the way that the first one didn't have. But I also hope, the thing is, I'm kind of, the one thing I was worried about with making a Hellblade sequel is that it kind of loses its magic a little bit because the first Hellblade tricks you. It doesn't it? It fucks with you. It looks you right in the eyes, and it tells you a lie. I don't know how they're going to be able to do that again. I hope they are. And then on top of that, I hope they can add these kind of extra gameplay elements that the first one just didn't have. And it all seems to be pointing in that direction. I'm very excited to see that game. Whether they've taken it into more of an open world or a hub based. There's so many things they could have done with that to make it amazing. And I'm dead excited. It's one of my most anticipated things that we could see. Full stop from Xbox or any platform. Just very excited to see that.
I've played it, but like after that, the gameplay we saw, like. Shit, man! I just like looking at it. I just like, I want to see more. I haven't played the first one, so yeah, I'm pretty excited.
It's had a next gen update as well. If it gets you in the mood.
Yeah, potentially. I'm in a
horror as well,
completionist mood.
Not that long either
these days. Yeah, not that long, not that good.
Hours, maybe.
Yeah,
that's right. All those things. If you say one thing, it means all the others. Yeah, so not that long. Not that good. Yeah. Yeah, well, Timmer said February 2024, so you're somewhat in agreement with him.
Quarter 1.5. As soon as I remembered, I was just like, oh, we've seen it a little bit. Yeah, I want to make that Q1.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm a boring cunt. I think it's coming out in September.
Nah, you can't put that as a lock because Starfield's happening outside of the showcase. You fuck.
It's part of the showcase.
No, it's not. He's a cheat. Everyone, is Starfield technically part of the showcase?
Of course it's part of the showcase.
No, because it's got its own thing after. It's got half an hour after.
It's part of the fucking showcase.
No, I want to vote in the chat. Make me a poll.
Oh, I can't. I don't know how. Sorry, mate. All right, Tim. It's actually insider deck time.
Okay, all right.
You ready? It's insider deck time.
Is this? Oh, is this what you got? All right, let's do it.
Yeah, this is pretty exciting.
I can see a red dot on your fucking forehead, mate.
What? It's like Phil perched up on a rooftop.
He's like, fucking say it. Go on, say it. Think I'll pull the fucking trigger? You're nothing to me.
Yeah. You keep saying you're the biggest podcast in the UK. I don't know. I haven't heard of you.
Let's see if you're so big that you can take a bullet to the head.
Okay. This is what I've heard, Tim.
All right.
I've heard Avowed. Xbox is very, very confident in Avowed.
You already know this.
They apparently think people are going to love it. There's going to be lots of gameplay in the show, full stop.
Oh.
There's apparently going to be a couple of big reveals.
Oh.
I don't know what they are. And this same person also says that Fable is a could. So everything I said earlier, I said this knowing what I've just said.
Yeah.
But I don't know the reliability of the source.
You know, that's that's my second account on Twitter, dude.
Really? Fucking, he got me. God, what a big brain play.
Yeah. That's it, man. No one expects the big brain plays from me.
Yeah. That was pretty much it. I know a lot of the community's been rallying around Avowed, and I know we kind of have high expectations of Avowed anyway because it's Obsidian, but apparently Xbox are really confident in it, and Xbox thinks it's going to really blow people away. We'll see. I don't know what that means. I'm expecting it to be graphically pretty, but not be a showstopper.
Yeah, it won't be a showstopper.
We don't know what systems the game has. We don't know what they've really gone for, how they're going to, how they're going to direct Eora, the universe of Pillars of Eternity. Yeah. That's it.
Nice. Very nice. Thank you, Insider Deck.
Yeah, no problem, man. It's just out here.
It's hard
on the
graft,
grind.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, hard grafting it. That's it.
Nice, man.
All
right. Yeah, Stalker 2 was on my list, so I'm going to go Stalker 2 for a lock.
I like it. I totally forgot about that. That's actually...
Yeah, it's coming out this year, isn't it?
That's really interesting. I think it... Is it? I think it got indefinitely delayed, didn't it?
I thought it got delayed to right at the end of the year, I thought. Oh, no, or was it at the end of the year and then it got delayed again? I can't remember.
Well, when do you think it's coming out?
Let me actually just check. Just 2 seconds. I want to check our fantasy critic and see if someone ended up dropping it because of a delay. I can't actually remember.
Currently, I'm on the wiki page. It does say currently set for a 2023 release.
Yeah, I think it is still set, but I think people were just thinking it's probably going to get delayed again. But yeah, Stalker 2. Yeah. Oh, I've got it. That's embarrassing. Yeah. Yeah, sure. I'll say it's still gonna come out this year.
When though?
Literally right at the fucking end of the year. It will literally be like December. December 31st, 11:59.
Excellent. That's fucking hell. All right, December it is. That's it. Yeah, the reason that's interesting is that I in my head I was kind of hoping that Hellblade 2 would be a end 2023 holiday 2023, but Stalker is probably more likely, and they're not going to cram that all in that makes me think they just give it a bit of time to breathe.
I feel like it's already
and
crammed.
they put
yeah
Hellblade Q1.
Yeah.
But at the same time, maybe they do just want to have loads of mindshare at the end of the year. It's a classic Xbox. So we'll see.
Yes.
Oh, it's just occurred to me actually. I thought I put it in my notes, but I guess I hadn't. I don't think I'm going to put this down as a lock because it's kind of, I think, a bit cheating. But one of the things that I spoke about at the beginning of the show, there was a Steam database leak for 10 achievements for Hi-Fi Rush. 10 new achievements for Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh, okay. So some DLC. Okay.
Maybe some DLC. Maybe a
new game
small
mode.
to moderate. Like a free update, like in an arenas mode, survival mode sort of thing. Maybe.
Oh yeah, they might do like a Devil May Cry, like sort of Bloody Palace style, like survival where you fight waves, and could be.
So I just wanted to throw that in there. Okay, now we kind of get into spicy territory, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
What else is a lock? I would really like to say Compulsion's new IP is ready to be shown.
I think you've got more of a lock on something like Contraband, if I'm honest.
Really?
Or weirdly,
I
know this sounds so weird, but maybe something like Perfect Dark. I feel like we could. I feel like it's quite likely we'll see it in some capacity. I don't know if it's enough to call it a lock, but
I'll tell you what. Should we say that we go for 5
FABLE.
locks? Because then there's like a good amount. Fuck's sake. Because then we have a good amount to kind of go for.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to go for that. I'm going to go for Compulsion's new IP. I think that's got to be ready to go. I think that's got to be. It depends how far along it is. Maybe. I think it's 24. I reckon Q2. It's just got to be. It's got to be ready to be shown off. I mean, maybe it's not that far along. We'll see. But they've been cooking, out of all the studios, they've been cooking like one of the longest, I think, so far, barring a few outliers.
Now, I've got a toss up here with going really spicy with Perfect Dark, or if I just want to go relatively spicy with Contraband.
Oh, Perfect Dark, that is spicy. I like that.
I don't know.
I think even Contraband's a bit dodgy. I
feel
can
like
see why you'd want to pick it.
I feel like I want to go for spice. I want to make this a vindaloo right now. So I'm going to go
twizzling your mustache.
Well, I'm enjoying it while I can, because if Fable's there, we have to shave them off, don't we? So.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. Bollocks.
Whittle away, man.
Yeah, and that's 2 of the elusive 5. They were both shown in 2020. I think maybe. God, that'd be such a crazy show if they had the avowed Hellblade Forwards of Starfield, and then they threw in Compulsion UIP, Stalker 2, Perfect Dark. Especially if it's gameplay. When the fuck do you think Perfect Dark's coming out then?
Oh, fuck knows, dude. I don't even want to say 24 if I'm honest. I'll go with. I don't want to say 2025, so I'll just go Q4. Oh, no, it will be 25 though. I'll go Q1 25. It's either that or Q4 24, but I don't know. I'll go Q1 25. I'll play it safe. I'll do a spicy pick and play it safe.
Yeah, I just think that if it is there, they don't give like a quarter. I think they just say 2025.
Yeah, because technically it hasn't actually been revealed yet, has it?
We had a CGI reveal.
Oh, did we?
The Game Awards a couple of years back.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
And the report was like John Wick style, free running, first person shooter.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's not going to be there. Fucking Everwild. I bloody wish it was though. Part of me kind of wants to say that it will be because it was revealed such a long time ago. We're hinging on that insider report that there was a bit of a reboot going on. But I think it was revealed in 2019, wasn't it? Let me just check. I'm pretty sure it was revealed at XO 19. Yeah, it was. XO 19. That's 4 years since the announcement. And when did Sea of Thieves release? Sea of Thieves.
No, Joaquin said Sea of Thieves crossover with One Piece for the win. Is that actually a thing?
Yeah, I've seen there's speculation about that.
That would be so cool, and it fits perfectly. Yeah, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, I do think Sea of Thieves will be there. Then we start getting into territory of like first party updates, showcase extended, things like that. So
yeah,
I think you're probably right.
I wanted to say like Halo Infinite, but like I wanted to also be spicy because I think Halo Infinite will be there. You could say technically that is a lock, right? But
yeah. I'm not going to be that much of a dickhead though. Do you know what? I'll go Contraband. I'll do it. I'll match your spice. I think.
I'm gonna be honest. I can't think of another one. And this is so stacked. There's no way there's 10
That's what I mean.
Like we do. Should we just do?
You're
4?
telling me Fable is going to be there as well.
Should we just do 4? Because I can't think of another.
Well,
and realistically, we really think Avowed, Hellblade 2, Stalker 2, Perfect Dark, Forza, Starfield, Compulsion UIP, Contraband, and something else are guaranteed locks. I feel like we need to save some stuff for the long shot category.
I suppose, yeah. We just start getting into territory of like
it's mental. It's impossible.
Like In Exile's new IP, something new from id. The color like a Gears 6 tease or something. We start getting to you're probably right. You probably start getting into more long shot territory.
Yeah, it's
I'm interested to see what. Yeah, this is what I mean. This is such a big show. Fable does not need to be there. We know it's a why. We know the team has been scaling up. That's how I feel. So I feel Fable's not a lock. Fable's not a lock. I'm sure we can all agree Fable isn't a lock.
No, Fable's definitely not a lock. But I will chuck it into my long shot category.
Great. I think that's perfectly reasonable. Oh yeah, I'm fucking do easy Project Tatanka. I think that probably is more of a long shot thing, to be honest.
I was going to put
heard nothing about it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I've literally got
I'll put you down
on my phone in my long shots.
Nice. All right, Fable, Project Tatanka, they're both yours. I think Indiana Jones.
That was on my
list.
Is that
Longy?
That was on my list as well for long shots, yeah.
I really hope, I know this sounds like a bit of a dickhead maneuver, but I really hope they've managed to wrap that up with exclusivity.
Yeah.
Probably not because it's Disney. And I think the deal went through before Xbox owned them, but I hope they've managed to negotiate it. That would be a big get for the platform. Yeah. I guess you got 2, so I get 2.
You can
go right.
2. Yeah, sure.
Thanks, man. I think Everwild's my long shot.
Yeah, that was in mine as well too. You know what I was thinking? What were the partnership that Xbox did with the people that made Valorant and stuff like that? It's Riot Games, isn't it?
Right, yeah.
I kind of had that in like I put like I literally labeled it on my phone stupid ass category, and I kind of had like maybe one of those games like getting an Xbox sort of like port, like Valorant or something. I thought that was ultra mega spicy, but
interesting.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm not going to use it. It's too spicy. We can't handle that. It burns the eyes.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. let's go. I'm going to go with my reveal of Wolfenstein.
Oh. Okay.
There was another less. There was a more safe pick I could have gone with, but I didn't. And then put releasing Q4 2023.
Wow.
I think I'm kidding.
Such a long shot. Let's get him in. Let's get him in and hold him to it, or he has to shave off his head.
My head?
Yeah, not your hair. Your head.
Well, I think I'm going to have someone do that for
pulmonary
me.
artery.
Yeah. Be dead at it. Right.
That's funny stuff. I'm wondering how chat's feeling at this point.
We have so many games here. This is absurd, dude.
Oh, no,
the only way they do this if they were literally like, "Hi, welcome to the showcase. Avowed, Hellblade 2, Stalker, Perfect Dark," and that's the show. There's too many games here.
There's no such thing as too many games, Tim. That's what you're not understanding.
Yeah.
That's why you're not Phil Spencer. Phil Dominus Maximus Spencer. Okay, what have I got? I think maybe a long shot is Project Cobalt reveal from NXL.
Nice.
Steampunk first-person AAA RPG from the makers of Wasteland 3. That game is going to be fucking amazing.
Yeah. All right, so shall we do one more for the long shot category then?
Yeah, let's do one more for long shot.
I will do State of Decay 3.
Oh, I forgot all about State of Decay 3. Yeah, it's definitely a long shot. 2028.
No, just put cancelled. They reveal a cancellation.
Yeah. We heard you. We heard your feedback loud and clear about Redfall.
Everyone's like, "Woo!"
Then I bring out Jeff Strain, like the head of Undead Labs. They're like, "See this guy? He's made a shitter. It is just a load of shit. We're cancelling you live."
It's a fucking stinker.
Get out of there. Go work something else.
Yeah, that's punishment. We're taking his fingers so he can never code again.
He's got to use his toes. You've got to use your toes, haven't you, Jeff?
Yeah, and you weren't talented with your fingers, so good luck with your fucking toes.
Back to work. So I've got something a bit more nebulous, a bit more vague here.
Nebulous
for my last one.
Fucking fantastic.
That's a good word, isn't it?
That's a fantastic word.
Yeah, it's a good word. Yeah, you can tell I've been writing a lot of essays. I think a remake of something.
Oh.
Hopefully you'll allow it. A remake of something from the Xbox IP catalog.
Okay. All right. Just put remake.
Not remaster,
just put remake first party. I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that because then that makes it more, because just putting remake is I feel like that's like a cheat, dude. And it doesn't even classify as a long shot. You could put that in the lot category. I feel like there will be a remake of some kind.
And I'm not saying like the Fallout 4 like upgrade or remaster. I'll allow myself to have this if it's like a significant remaster, like a significant one, or a remake. And they're so right, I just feel like there's an easy slam dunk here somewhere, whether it's Fable, whether it's Gears. Halo 3 never got a proper, I feel like easy slam dunk. If someone's working on something.
We didn't see Mortal Kombat at the PlayStation one, did we? MK1.
No.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like that could make an appearance.
Yeah, maybe. Again, it's one of those things that could either be at the Xbox show or some
I don't
Games
think it
Fest.
will be, actually. I was just thinking of something just because you got Contraband in there as like an extra on me. I was thinking maybe I could chuck in like MK1 or something, but no, don't worry about it. Um,
No, I don't. We both have 4.
oh yeah, your compulsion just went into 2 lines. Okay.
Let me fucking straighten that out. There we go.
There we go. All right. All right, cool.
All right, I'm gonna get
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I don't think we need that first party category. Yeah.
No. Tim is saying audio problems.
Oh, I think you had a bit of a lag spike. I think it's fine now, isn't it, Tim?
Oh, okay, cool.
I think you had a bit of a lag spike. I just kind of ignored it because they normally only last a couple of seconds, and you get like a couple in an episode.
Rad. Okay, if you're still here, everyone, if you're listening afterwards, may I remind you, give us a like, give us a rate on whatever podcast service you're listening to. That would be just fantastic before we come into the final part of the show, what we think is going to open, what we think is going to close the show. We've done 100 long episodes. Any likes, subscriptions, anything you can throw our way, we'd really appreciate. But thanks for hanging out with us in the chat, everyone who has been here. A good old time.
Yeah.
Always make it fun, don't they, Tim? Keep us on our toes.
They do.
Like.
Yeah.
Okay. I see we're keen for Killer Instinct. That would have been a good long shot.
Yeah, I saw that too. So it made me think of MK1, but I don't think. Yeah, so for my opener, because Wacking's just said Avowed opens, Fable closes. I don't think they don't tend to open with massive things. Like, I've noticed that. I really don't. I don't know, man. Like I noticed the PlayStation opened with some really like just medium hitters as well, and I don't think shows often open up with their fucking the best card in their hand. I feel like it would just open
I don't
up.
know.
Really?
Well, last year was, I mean, with hindsight, but last year was Redfall, which I thought was a pretty big deal.
Did they open with that? Really? Okay.
Yeah, they opened with it. Because I remember in our reactions, I've watched our reactions back, and I wouldn't shut the fuck up about it.
I feel like I want to say they're gonna open with like. I know it's from your list. Am I allowed to take from your list as an opener?
Wow.
No,
they never open with anything big. They only open with small things. You're right.
I feel like they're going to open with like
yeah,
Forza.
Pick what you want. You think?
It's a guaranteed. People see it. They love it. Car game.
Car game. Xbox car game.
Yeah.
2020 as well was Halo Infinite. I don't know what they opened with in 2021 actually.
Okay, so they do tend to open with bangers. All right, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
It can be a bit mixed. I am with you. How did 2021 open? What was even in the 2021 showcase? I cannot remember. They opened with Starfield in 2021.
Yeah, Joaquin said that in the chat.
There you go. Beam into it. I think open with Hellblade.
Interesting.
Hell yeah. In terms of Xbox showcase appearances, Hellblade 2 has been the quietest, like a little mouse scurrying in the walls. You know, you can hear it's there. You can hear it's eating. It's got a little rotisserie. It's catching its prey. It's cooking. You know, but it hasn't. It's only been in the Game Awards, and then it comes there, pokes its little head out in December, and you see its little snout out the hose at the hole in the wall, grabs a bit of cheese, goes back in the wall.
That's Hellblade 2. Quite the picture here. Like, this is extraordinary. Are you sure this isn't the plot for that fucking mouse game, the third one? What's it called? The rat game.
That mouse game, the third one.
The game about the rats. What's it called? The French one.
About the rats. Oh, Plague's Tale.
Plague's Tale.
The mouse game.
Yeah, fucking Mousetrap 3. Well, fuck you. I'm gonna say they close with Hellblade 2.
Yo, nah. The reason they're opening with Hellblade 2 is because it's a graphical showcase, and they're like, we're not fucking around. This is what we've got. I mean, Forza could be that, but like, you know, it's cars. People are weird about cars, so I think they open with Hellblade, and they're like, this is what we can do, but we can do this. I mean, it's not coming till, you know, Q1 or Q2 2024, but look at that. Wow.
Yeah.
Woo. know?
I'd buy an Xbox before Q1
Why do you
2024.
bear in mind that closers are usually when we're talking about closers, we're usually talking about like one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you're sticking to you think, hey, Hellblade 2 is that. What's the one more thing? Or do we need a separate category for one more thing?
I don't know.
One more thing is a bit hypothetical.
Okay, so if we're going like the one more thing close, okay, no, that's fine. No. We don't need to make another category. We'll just say the closing is like that. Yo, you can't type that. Luckily, that's actually blocked on stream. So,
What is? Oh,
yeah, they can't see what you just typed. Okay, now they can. I'm gonna say, Fable. If we're treating it like that, the closer like that, I'm gonna say Fable.
all right. Now we're cooking with the two Fs, the double F.
Why do I do that all the time?
Ooh.
It's still a long
The thing
shot.
is,
He just said, "Let's go, join me."
he's literally got it as his one more thing show closer, and he's like, yeah.
Mate, go Elder Scrolls 6. You know you want to.
No, the thing is, it's difficult because I think they're closing on a surprise.
Yeah,
I think
Elder
they're closing
Scrolls
on
6.
something new.
Oh.
And that makes it difficult for me to gauge what that reveal could be. I don't think they... Compulsions is probably something double A, so I reckon they probably hold out for something bigger.
The Zenimax?
If there was going to be anything, yeah, like I would say either the Zenimax reveal for the Zenimax game or reveal for the In Exile game, Project Cobalt. That would be...
Phil does love
a long shot closer.
The Compulsion IP as well. He's stated how much he loves it.
Yeah. Oh, which one? Am I allowed to have a close on new IP?
Yeah, fine. Let you have it.
Let's go. Okay. Banjo. I know people have been speculating Banjo, but I'm just not. I'm not convinced. Oh, they should. Like, you know, what a waste. Literally sitting on a console seller, you know.
Yeah. Right, and that's it.
All right.
We've done it. Take a screenshot of that.
Yeah. We're looking at a potentially stacked show there.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, this is like we put a lot of stuff on paper and we know some of it's going to miss. It's impossible for all this to be there. It's not enough time.
Yeah. I mean, with all of this in mind, Tim, as we sort of start to close the show out, you can hit jingle as well if you like.
Yeah.
What do you need from this show to be happy? Have you got
Avowed
do you need a lot? That's it. You get Avowed gameplay and you're happy.
Yeah, like genuinely, if that's the only kind of thing that really hits hard in the show and everything else is a bit lukewarm, I will still walk out of this pretty happy. I just want to see that game in motion and I want to know what they're going for. And yeah, from what I've heard, and your amazing leak and source, you know, it's looking pretty shit hot. So yeah, that's basically just it for me. I'm a simple man.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. I mean, Obsidian don't miss, am I right?
No,
a curse upon your family.
Dude, you probably got into character there. You've been rehearsing that. That was quality. I actually feel like I got cursed a little shiver hit me.
Oh, Fuck it. Have you seen these like requirements that Joaquin's given us here? State the studio if you're going to say that. Way too broad. I'm collecting mustaches next week.
Are you gonna just turn up and collect? You better donate. Donate that hair.
Yeah.
It's good hair.
It's solid hair.
What about you, Deck?
Do I need to say the studio? Do I really need to do that?
No, don't listen to Joaquin.
I knew first party IP, obviously.
Mod anyway. Alright, okay.
First party IP, obviously, you know. Okay, what do I need? Yeah, I'm with you, man. I more than anything else, I just want the games that we know are going to be there to look good. I mean, we don't technically know Hellblade 2 is going to be there. We don't technically know that Valve is going to be there, but the timelines sync up too well. I just think they've got to be. I'm going to be immensely disappointed if Avowed and Hellblade 2 are not there. All I need is Starfield gameplay to look banger. I don't need it to be 60 frames. I would really like it, but if it's good and there are loads of systems and it looks fantastic, I'm happy. If they show Avowed and it looks great, I'm happy. If they show Hellblade 2 and it looks great, I'm happy. If those three things just knock it out of the park in terms of the showcases and how they're looking, I will be happy. Those are three of my most anticipated games, probably in the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, for a long time.
Maybe even longer. Yeah, and the fact that they could all be coming out in the next year with excellent showings is already extremely exciting. When you start throwing things like Compulsion's new IP, Stalker 2, a potential Perfect Dark, probably not Fable. You know, Indiana Jones, a couple of surprises. Like, I am rock hard erect.
Yeah,
I'm dizzy. I'm off balance. The blood. There's no blood left in my brain.
Yeah, no, I'm the same, man. I am the same.
I suppose we didn't touch on the extended, but we're not going to. It's going to be updates for stuff. I will say I'm really happy with the structure of the show. That they do it like this, and they do a big show, and then they dedicate the updates to the extended stuff. So that's a big thumbs up from me.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's where I'm at with how I feel.
Me too. That was fun. That was a good, fun little episode.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, chat. Timmer, Joaquin. It was a good time.
Hell yeah. So we've said before, we're not here next week. Me and Tim are together in person. We'll be getting drunk. We'll be playing bingo. You don't want to know what's going to happen. It's going to be wild. Yeah.
It's rough. It's going to be rough.
I might eat dessert before dinner. So we'll be back the week after that, which is the 18th, probably. That's the plan. To talk about reactions to the show. Obviously, you can follow me on Twitter if you want some more QRP. You know, if you just can't get enough. In the meantime, you can find us on Twitter down in the description. Other than that, fucking lots of love. This has been quite the year. Thanks for sticking with us for over 100 episodes. Hopefully, it's all been building up to this. You know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, most importantly, enjoy the showcase, guys. Have a good time, however you're watching it.
Yeah. Have a fucking good showcase.
Slipping in ducks. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Feed the ducks. Feed the ducks at your local lake. And drink lots of gravy.
Rum. Spiced rum. Let's go. Bye.